Mr. Speaker, the House has just voted to pass a continuing resolution that is now going over to the Senate with the Democrat leader, Chuck Schumer, pledging that his caucus will be united against it, barreling us towards a potential government shutdown that would very much not be in the interest of anyone and would be terrible for the country as a whole. The minority leader in the Senate has not been abundantly clear as to what exactly he's looking for in order to avoid this outcome. After all, we're dealing with a so-called clean CR, which simply extends funding levels as they've been for quite some time now. Really not the way things should be done, by the way, but that's where we are and is the only proposal on the table for avoiding such a shutdown. I have a thought on how this whole terrible outcome can potentially be avoided in a way that would satisfy members on both sides of the aisle and keep the government open, which is to include in the continuing resolution language that will preserve the congressional maps in every state in the country as they existed at the time of the 2024 election. I have proposed legislation myself along those lines to stop this horrible redistricting war that we see playing out across the country that is bad for representative government and is widely opposed by members of both the Democrat and Republican conference in the House. So that is my proposal, to avoid a shutdown, to give the minority leader, Chuck Schumer, in the Senate, something that he can claim he delivered that would help members of the, at least, Democrat conference here in the House. We simply reach a deal where we say we're going to stop this redistricting war. We're not going to be upending maps in the middle of the decade. This could be done easily. It could be put into the continuing resolution that the House just sent over to the Senate. And here are the two main virtues of this proposal. Number one, the proposal is widely supported by the American people. 66% to 23%. The American people say we should not be engaging in redistricting mid-decade. That's according to a recent Noble Insights poll. By a 3-to-1 margin, Americans support the legislation that I have proposed, support the idea that we should not be throwing out congressional maps, upending districts, dissevering the connection between voters and their representatives in the middle of the decade. Not only do the American people support this proposal, but members of the House on both sides of the aisle do. How do we know that? Well, on the Democrat side, you just had a number of members of the House who announced their own bill to get rid of mid-decade redistricting. And on the Republican side, I have members come up to me every day saying that what I am proposing is the right thing for them, the right thing for their districts, the right thing for their states, and the right thing for the country. The only thing that is stopping us from moving forward on this common sense proposal is the refusal on the part of the Speaker of the House to put on the floor a piece of legislation that is widely supported by members of the House and by the American people. Well, the ball is now in the Senate's court when it comes to government funding. And I am absolutely opposed to a government shutdown. That's why I supported the stopgap funding measure today, even though I don't think it should have come to this. Now the Senate has an opportunity to negotiate a compromise that has to, by its very nature, be bipartisan, given the rules of the Senate, that will keep the House open. And I would submit that a way to do that, that would be in the interest of everyone here in this institution, would be to reach an agreement that keeps the government open, that provides us some runway to actually pass a budget, which we should have done a long time ago, and will stop this chaos of upending one district after another in state after state from cascading across the country.